Hi guys, Captain North here. We're gonna talk about Big Mouth, Season 2. Hope enjoy. A little disclaimer before we begin. Um, yeah, we can say this. The show is not for everyone, so to speak. Anyway, the show is not for everyone. Anyway, we continue. So, my opinions about the show is really funny, really good, and I had some problems with some jokes, I think. Yeah, some jokes didn't land, but most of the jokes did land. And the story continues from where we last left off in the first season. And one of the jokes that was kinda tiring for me, that I must say, was basically one of the characters, I think the one that's basically from Seinfeld, you know, the guy with the long hair, Jeff. I don't remember exactly their names right now. Nick and Andrew, Jesse. Yeah, the last guy. The last guy that. Yeah, he likes magic, at least I remember. I forgot his name. I know his name when I see the show, but I forgot the name right now. But you know who I mean, if you've seen the show. And that joke with the pillow, and his adopted pillow son, actually. You know, it was nice that they dropped it. To me, at least. And they still continue with it, and I was like, okay, but did we not drop it a second ago? Yeah, whatever. Besides from that, the show was pretty good. Besides from that one. And we also have one episode that's really funny. Or a lot of episodes, actually. I really like the Shame Wizard because it makes sense. It kind of makes sense. Though, I kind of like that they put some references to Simpsons. To The Simpsons and other stuff as well. Also, most of these things that actually happen here in the show for the main protagonist actually happen for the co-creator himself. Except in the first season, for example, the little arousement that the guy got, which is a teenager, a guy, yeah, he got that, the main creator, he got it out of a mitzvah. Yikes. Not good. Not good, I seem. But anyway, it's a funny show for the most part, and it's really funny. I really like Coach Steve, even if, okay, he can be as such... He can be annoying a bit. A bit he can be annoying. A bit annoying, but to be fair, I enjoyed the show for the most part. And I hope Season 2 or Season 3 comes out. And I really enjoyed the adventure this time, and actually I really enjoyed the performances with the hormone monsters and such. They were really funny, and I forgot their goddamn names for those who do the hormone monsters. But once again, they made me laugh hysterically. They made me laugh funny. Because, okay guys, I am like 2-3 years old right now, or, you know, 23 and 20. Yeah, I'm not a teenager anymore, basically. So I kinda sorry, my throat again. There we go. So I can kinda understand the story, and also kinda like some parts were really funny. For example, I liked one episode where the bulldog of the magician boy, which I forgot the name now, but you know who. The one with the pillows, we could say. Anyway, his dog was like reflecting on himself on a mirror. And we also even see Andrew talk to it at one point. No, it was actually Nick, I forgot. But it was really funny, and for the most part, I enjoyed the show. For the most part, actually. They were really funny and it made me laugh. And to be fair, I consider that a win-win. Secondly, I really enjoy it and I really want to see a Season 3. Okay, some parts were maybe not super enjoyable, like, what could it be? Oh yeah, for example, the father of the main protagonist ripping off the mustache, and I have a mustache like this, so it was kind of terrifying. because I literally saw it. So, but one positive thing that the hormone monster did in that episode, it's a lot of episodes. To be fair, I just watched it twice. I think I watched it twice or once. And I watched through that 2 days. 2 days, guys. While I was working as well, so it was funny. Though to be fair, I understand the struggles that the main protagonists go through, which are 4 protagonists actually. I understand the struggles with Jessie, with her parents breaking up and such, and how she should feel or how she feels. And I like the hormone monstress. She was funny, she was enjoyable, and I forgot her name again. They also made a reference to Inside Out. They made literally a reference to Inside Out. With DNA and actually... Yeah, basically where the hormone monster work actually. They work in a separate dimension. But it kind of makes sense. Because they can only appear to certain people. Or to some. Depending on if they choose, I think. If they choose. But I like Andrew's hormone monster. And I also like Nick's hormone monsters. He had 2. He had a young one. And the young one actually asks in one of the episodes plot where they go to the hormone monster's workplace, he asks the badass cool hormone monster that is a jackass. He asks him, you know, they basically talk about I think they talked about a sexual reference or a reference to a famous person or something. I didn't remember exactly what it was, but it was a reference to something historical, kinda with the thing that the characters work with, which is the hormone monsters, I mean. So, when the other little... Sorry, my throat. When the other little guy that was the new hormone monster for Nick, that then got basically out of a job, and he's like basically almost getting killed by the other hormone monster, which is kind of a jerk thing, but think about it. He's the cool guy, he's the boss, and he is the popular hormone monster. And Nick actually realizes something in this episode and actually sympathizes with the hormone monster that he didn't like before. Which was actually 2, but he kind of sympathized with both of them. And I enjoy that the main protagonist that is in the story, which is, you know, Nick and the other guy that I said in this video. What was her name? Andrew. Yeah, Andrew. They are both the co-creators of the show talking to themselves about these problems. And that's kind of nice. You know, it's a good idea to open up about your past and actually fixing stuff, or, you know. Yeah, it could be a good thing. Anyway, if I continue, yes. So Nick is basically talking to his hormone monster and says, you know, I understand you. So basically the hormone monster that he has now, which is a small little, kind of what should we say, good looking but also small little kid, kinda. He basically got screwed over by the other guy. He uses him as his personal ashtray. Not good. Luckily, I hope this guy gets beaten in the next season. Hopefully. But it's also interesting how our main protagonist, Nick, and Andrew, and other characters, Jessie. Yeah, I really like the show for how they handled certain things, which it kind of makes sense for some aspects, and kind of don't, but makes more sense to me. It's like, it's an interesting, funny show, but it's also teaching you a very hard lesson. Sorry, my throat again. It also teaches you very hard lessons, so to speak. And actually, what was her name again? Damn it. Yeah, but you know, the hormone monstress, the one that she protects basically, they basically go on stealing. In one of the episodes they steal. And I understand the jokes, they were really funny. And I really like the hormone monstress performance. I really liked her performance, and she should get, you know, she should get a medal for that one. She has good performance. And she's a good voice actor. Pretty good. Anyway, I really liked also the guy with the wheelchair, with the electrical wheelchair. He was funny. And I also liked, you know, what was it again? Yeah, the reporter guy from the show. which is the I forgot his name, damn it. But you know who he is. He's basically the guy with the nice outfit, and he bumps his head with the kid with the, what was it again? The kid with the magic stuff. Damn it, I forgot his name. But I will put his name on the under section of my YouTube video when I find it. But the thing is, you know who I'm talking about. The Kramer, the Kramer of the group. Yeah, the Kramer of the group. From, the Kramer, basically, from Big Mouth. And anyway, I enjoyed the Guy Town episode. I enjoyed most of these episodes, actually. And it was funny that... Actually, it was really funny that Jake's... now I remember his goddamn name. Jake's. Anyway, Jake's father gets basically his punishment, which is getting eaten by some nasty, nasty worms. Really nasty ones. But it was kind of deserving, because Jake's father was a jackass. Kinda. Cool, but the second thing is, I understand him, because you try to get attention to your family and sometimes you don't get the attention. Which I do get attention sometimes, but sometimes it's kind of sad if you think about it. He doesn't get attention from his mom, he doesn't get attention from his brother so much, or such like that. But it's fun that he has Coach Steve at least. The sad part is that when Coach Steve talks about his friend that he had as a child, unfortunately that friend kinda died. Yeah. But hopefully these two friends don't die, I hope. And also, it was really funny that they went all out in this season. They didn't pull any punches. But it was really funny. And also they did a Star Trek reference. They did a scary movie reference with, I think, some blue, wolf blue thing. And Slenderman was in this episode. In one of the episodes. But I'm just jumping around, you know. But my stupid throat. My overall thoughts of this series is, you know, in my opinion, I give it 10 out of 10. Though, if you're sensitive to certain things, don't watch it. Secondly, as I said before, warning, they are very, they don't pull any punches in this. Yeah, they don't care. They basically don't care. They are funny with the Captain Crunch as well. Pretty funny. Pretty funny joke with the Captain Crunch. Oh, I forgot to mention, Andrew's hormone monster actually shaved himself to actually help him. Being unshaved by his mustache in the second season. Which is this one. Anyway, overall, I enjoyed the show. It was really funny. And I laughed my ass off. And if you can make me laugh... And also, I was thinking about certain episodes. Like, there were references, and also that they literally made a bus stop and bus places where the bus would go, which is a metaphor for basically the friend zone, or something, the other zone. And the old hormone monster tried to help him lead to that area, but unfortunately he got smashed by 2 fucking trucks in his face. And it was kind of funny, but also, seriously, that old hormone monster. Yo, I forgot to mention. Hope you enjoyed the video. But I forgot to mention, the hormone monster sounded like the Black Cauldron's little companion from that movie. Which I forgot the name of again, but you know who I mean from the Black Cauldron. It's a little small creature, he's cute, but you cannot exactly understand him. And in this one, the hormone monster, you cannot understand so much. And I really liked one of the episodes. Yeah, I know this is long, but I really liked most of the episodes. I really liked the episode with Gina where her hormone monsters is basically like the passion, what was it? The empathy kitty or something. It was a cat, or monster cat, whatever, that Oh, the depression cat. Shit. Not good. But the cat was like, yeah, miss, move along. And she was like, no, you're not taking her. It's because Jessie's hormone monster represents, what should we say, the nervousness of losing your parents, separation, and a lot of stuff in your life as a teenager and stuff. And she represents the rebellious side, the positive sides, and maybe the negatives, I'm not sure. But, glory and behold, glory, we should say. It was funny and it was really enjoyable and was like pretty touching because the heads out of the hormone monster... I need to find some more water, but whatever. The heads at the hormone monster facility, as I talked before, they basically discussed about Jessie's life or future if she continues stealing and doing bad shit. And it would basically say something awful on the police board when they capture her for theft in the United States. And the hormone monstress was like, holy shit, not this. And Jessie actually saw this because she traveled with the boys, which is Nick and Andrew, into that world. So she was like, yeah, I need to change. And basically she needs to change, really. And it was a good thing. It's a good lesson. What happens if you see your future and actually see what could happen to you if you continue this path? Which is basically stealing and doing stupid shit. Pretty much. But I understand her from one perspective, because it's kind of frustrating if you think about it. Family, separation, don't know what you need to do with your anger, and also, yeah, sexuality and stuff. Technically, she's a teenager as well, so... Yikes, that could be a problem. But anyway, the funny thing with the Inside Out thing is that every one of those hormone monster people, whatever, they are there, and one of them is basically DNA gorilla. And as I said before, the purple kitty was basically almost killing Jessie, but luckily our main protagonist and her hormone monstress and Andrew's hormone monstress, or hormone monster, actually saved her from that confinement of death. Pretty good. First she accepted the cute thing, but then she was like, yeah, I need to get out of here, you know. I need to go back to my life. And that cat person didn't allow her to go at all. And that was like, holy shit. What is this? Freaking asylum holding you in? Luckily she gets saved. And it was really awesome and funny. And secondly, Andrew and Nick and the hormone monster, which for the love of God, I cannot remember their names, but I know their names when I heard them. Wait, let me remember. I cannot remember right now, but you know which ones I mean. The two pretty young hormone monsters. And he's like, we did the job! And Jessie and her hormone monstress, they are basically looking like, yeah, sure you did, sure. Just believe your ass self that you did that shit. And they didn't do much. Okay, they did, but they say, oh, it's us. And it's like, and I was like watching, no, it's not you. It's actually them this time. It's actually both of you. But it's actually them more of the part. Secondly, I like the old hormone monster. I like the Shame Wizard as well, I forgot to mention that. It's a long video, I know. I should have ended it a long time, but... I really wanted to, make it a bit longer, and also... I wanted to take out the best bits that I liked about the show. So I like the Shame Wizard. I like the teachings that he gave actually in the Shame Wizard. The Shame Wizard. Yeah, the Shame Lizard we could call him. So I like the teachings that he gave, but I didn't like his hobby, pretty much. And they even made a reference to the Game of Thrones, I think they did. What was it more? Yeah, even Andrew or Nick in one of the episodes. This is the last thing. Nick actually in one of the episodes meets his future self if he didn't decide to get a girlfriend or anything, and he became a popular, really successful star of TV. Is that maybe a reference to the main to the guys that made the show? Maybe? No, I hope not, because I really like Nick, and they're really funny, both of all the characters and such. Yep, they made me laugh, so I gave this show, in my opinion, pretty good. I will give it, for story, they actually did much better than the first season. But the story of the first season is good. It established the character. It establishes the characters and the lore a bit. And I will give this... You know what? I give it, to be fair, I give it an 8 in the story. Characters and funny jokes and music, I will give definitely a 9. Definitely a 9. And the animation, I will give it an 8 and a 7. An 8 and a 7. A bit of a split. It's nice, it's not bad. And also, they made a reference to the Thomas the Tank Engine. And I was like, holy shit, they made a reference to that. And I laughed my ass off as well. And we also see the ponytail killer. Again! But I missed. Who can he be? I'm serious. Who can he be? But I really want a season 3. And it's really enjoyable. I watched the whole show, so... Yeah, it was really funny. In my opinion. Certain jokes were not the best, but most of the things were good. Also, they even did a declaration of a kind of independence, except the Hormone Monster universe version. Which would be... Basically, yeah... You can guess from their names. But it was funny speech, and the interesting thing is, the other 2 Hormone Monsters actually understood this, and actually Jesse's Hormone Monster actually said, no! She's not gonna take my goddamn chick! I am her Hormone Monster, and that's it. And in the end of the show, or in the end of the season, something interesting happens, that I'm not gonna say what it is. Also, I really like the chemistry between Andrew and Missy, which is, what should we say, kind of his ex or girlfriend, ex-girlfriend or something, but now kind of girlfriend again. Anyway, I like the interaction between those 2 people. They were really funny. And also, I must say, just before we end it off, I really like the performances of Andrew's parents as the evil parents in one of the episodes, which was basically kind of a what was it, Twilight Zone of kind of episodes, where different episodes with different themes, which is one Star Trek, one is type of scary movie. That's the one. It was like, Andrew, you have made it dirty in my wall, which is basically he destroyed the wall, or yeah, basically Andrew imagines that it's some form of disease he has, and then he destroys the wall or the door, and he's like, that's the end! And the Hormone Monster actually saves him by taking the bullet for him. And then we realize that he was still alive. And then in the end... Okay, one of the most funniest parts is Coach Steve in that episode actually says, we actually escaped with this in this episode, which is actually funny, because they did, technically. Secondly, also, I really like Coach Steven sometimes, but sometimes I like, Coach Steven, you should understand this by a fundamental level, but maybe he has been taken care of too much in his life, or something must have happened traumatically in his childhood. Which I think involves with his father's best friend. Something. But yeah, Coach Steve is fun, but also I understand why people don't like him. Also. Anyway, we see you next time. Ad Wiedersehen. This is the review of The Hormone or The Big Mouth Season 2. I want a Season 3. Goodbye.